Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. It's a week before the Christmas holiday, so that's pretty exciting. I am so glad that you're here. Thank you very much. I'm Rita Hickman. I'm a body mind expert, and what I do is I help women who are in toxic and narcissistic relationships. That's what I do. And I help them do it by figuring out how their body mind works, how their subconscious works, their unconscious works, their uh, meridians, their chakras, their vibrational energy, their physical health, their immune system, their digestive system, all of it. I help women figure out how they work, body, mind, and spirit, so that they can heal from a toxic relationship. They can learn how to navigate a toxic relationship. They can gain the strength that they need to leave if that's what they choose to do, or they can gain the strength to stay if that's what they choose to do. Everybody's choice is their own. And no matter what you choose, no matter where you are at in your journey, I'm here to help you. So today we're talking about the idea of, if you love a narcissist, does that mean that you're stupid? One of the things that a narcissist does, or toxic people do, is they tear down the people that are around them, the people that care about them. And they do this out of insecurity, out of being locked down inside of themselves, out of false beliefs, out of health issues, out of mental health issues, out of brain wiring and brain chemistry. Um, they will devalue and diminish and rip apart and pick away and destroy the people that are close to them. That's one of their coping mechanisms. It's a way to try to gain power or control over a situation or over somebody when they feel that they have no control. So, what happens to many people when they're in a narcissist relationship is that they believe what they're told, and maybe that started when they were a kid. Maybe they were told over and over, either silently or, verbally, that they had no value, that their voice didn't matter, that no matter how perfect or wonderful or amazing that they were, um, that their needs and who they were and what they wanted just didn't matter. Now, what do we do if it's somebody that we love? What do we do if it's somebody that we have a deep attachment to, either because of our past or our psychology, or because we really do? Like a parent or a brother, or someone that is in need, or someone who needs us. How do we navigate, how do we work around this idea that everybody is telling you that you're stupid? The rule of thumb is, if you're in a relationship with a toxic person, turn around and walk away immediately, and cut them out of your life for forever. Now, what do you do when that's your mom? What do you do when that's your brother? What do you do when that's someone that you are financially dependent upon? What do you do if you are somebody that has a higher vision for life? What do you do if your issues or your wounds or your past are somehow sabotaging you and keeping you in place? Does that mean you're stupid? Does it mean you're stupid if you love a narcissist? No. In fact, a lot of people, when they're recently out of a narcissist relationship, they'll do a lot of finger pointing, a lot of anger, a lot of hurt. Completely understandable. We've all been there, because how do you not get hurt when someone viciously attacks you and undermines you on a regular basis? How do you not get hurt? How do you not feel those things? You do. And you go through a stage where you say to yourself, how did I do this to myself? How did I betray myself? Why did I let this happen to myself? What, am I stupid that I let myself walk into this? They told me. Many times a narcissist or a toxic person will tell you. They'll tell you way ahead of the meltdowns or the blowdown, or the blowouts, that this is who they are. Maybe they have an anger management problem, or maybe they have a lot of trauma in their past. Maybe they've been through lots of relationships and it was always the other person's fault. Maybe they have a very colorful history of how they've handled their stress. Most narcissists will tell you in some way, shape, or form if you know to look for the cues. But does that mean that you're stupid, that you didn't see it coming? No, not necessarily. A narcissist or toxic person has probably been dealing with these issues their entire lives. They've been dealing with it since before they were born in their mother's womb. And it may even go back many, many generations. Mental health, trauma, distress, grief, all of those things. It goes back a long time. And so you are now connected to somebody who has literally lifetimes of experience in dealing with their mental health issue. And they're very good at navigating it. They're very comfortable with it. They're very good at working it to their advantage. And so when you walk into a relationship with a narcissist, you are at a significant disadvantage. It's predator prey. When you are in a narcissistic relationship, you are in a predator prey relationship for the most part. You really are, no matter what the cause. No matter if it's a cause because someone has Asperger's or if it's a cause because they have borderline or if they have bipolar or severe trauma in their life, they approach life in a very protective way, and they need to be at the top of the food chain. And the top of the food chain is a predator. And so you're walking into a situation being charmed or interested or swept off your feet or seduced or told everything that you ever wanted to hear because you were prey. Now, does that mean you're stupid that you were prey? No. It means that the predator identified that you were the most likely person that would allow them to prey upon them. Many women who were empaths with their own trauma in their past, they look at people and they want to help. They want to be there. They want to be needed. They want to be valued. And so they walk into a situation thinking that they can. Aha, this person really needs me. And you walk in way out of your depth, way out of understanding what's really going on. Because we as empaths and compassionate people are very used to looking at the world as if the world is us. It took me a long time to not look at people I interacted with as 4-year-old girls who had trauma, childhood trauma. So I treated people with kid gloves. I treated people with everybody with kindness and care, and even at my own expense, even when it would rip me apart, because those were the wounds that I still had of who I needed to be. It's only when you start working on yourself, it's only when you start doing things that actually do respect yourself. What does self-respect look like? Self-respect looks like valuing how you feel and making sure that those feelings are honored. However you choose to do it, whether you choose to do it with a therapist, whether you choose to do it on your own, whether you choose to do it by walk outside. Either way, your feelings and what you want are honored. That's self-respect. Self-love is when you do things which are kind to yourself, when you do things that make you feel good. We look at caring for ourselves as selfish, but in reality, it's self-love. And if you don't love yourself, trust me, nobody else is going to be able to fill that hole. You have to decide for yourself that you are worthy of giving yourself kindness and love and compassion and caring and nurturing, nourishing things, not seen as selfish, not seen as self-absorbed, not seen as that it's a luxury that you can't afford. Everybody can afford to walk outside at some point in time. Everybody can afford to open a window and breathe in that fresh air and take a few moments to just be present to what's going on. Those sorts of things are self-love. When you do things that make you feel good, like eating vegetables, that's self-love. Drinking water, that's self-love. Doing a little bit of yoga, that's self-love. Doing a little bit of energy work, that's self-love. And you have to love yourself. You have to bring that nourishment into you. And when you do that, you stop becoming prey. Because now you're not looking for someone else to fill that hole. Now you're not looking for something else to make you feel better. You're taking responsibility for your own feelings, for your own wants, for your own needs. You're not blaming anybody else for the situation. So, does it make you stupid that you fall prey to a toxic or narcissistic person? No. Does it mean you have some wounds and you need to do some self respect and self love work? Absolutely. Because narcissists are looking for prey. And if you're no longer prey, then there's no reason for them to come after you because you're not easy, because because you'll push back, because you may be a little intimidating and dangerous, in fact, because we all know under the surface, narcissists deal with a lot of emotional angst. And when you're able to manage your emotions, it makes you a little bit intimidating, because the person who stays level and calm in difficult situations are the ones who actually end up successful. They're the ones who are able to move forward. And many times a narcissist is not able to do that. They're not able to regulate their emotions. They're not able to control them. So many times women who are strong and capable and smart and functional and balanced and all of that stuff, they still end up in relationships with narcissists. And that means that there's some deeper beliefs that are going on, some deeper things that are going on that you want to look at. Does it make you stupid? No. Makes you wounded, makes you maybe a little naive, but you're not stupid, because this is life. We're surrounded by people who are under a lot of stress, and they're going to be looking out for their own interests, period. They're going to be looking out for their own well-being, period. And they're going to feel so forced to the wall that anybody is fair game. And if this is something that people have dealt with their entire life, or their families dealt with their entire life, wow, are they really good at this game? This game of attraction and destruction and control and manipulation. So the beauty of this is, on some level, you're very smart. And you're very smart because you hooked up with somebody who had the ability to bring up the things which were still holding you back. Because our past, our beliefs, our emotional angst, they're chains that hang on us and weigh us down and keep us trapped. And many times we'll go through decades of life being trapped and weighed down by trying to be perfect and trying to do more and spending our lives spinning in a circle. And then a narcissist or a toxic person comes along and they bring those things out of us. They pull them out of us, and we can't hide anymore. Now they're at the forefront of our mind in the form of a narcissist. They're right in our face in the form of somebody who's toxic. That's what happens. And so by being connected to a narcissist, by navigating a relationship with a narcissist, it means that you're ready to heal. You're ready to pull forth the things that have been controlling you all of your life, ever since whatever that thing happened that happened. It's been controlling you. And this gives you an opportunity to look at it square in the face, no shying back, because here it is in your face. One of my favorite healing experiences was when I was fired. I'd never been fired before because I was perfect, right? Because I did everything. I bent over backwards. I put on the mask. I was happy when I wasn't. I overachieved, highly successful. A lot of women are like that. And so oddly enough to me, I got fired. And while that was happening, they said some things about me. And I was able to say, no, that's not really true. So it's like a narcissist comes along and says the very thing you are most frightened to hear. And you get to decide whether it's true or not. So it's pretty smart that you decided, and you're pretty tough, you're pretty resilient, that you decided to step into this. You decided to work through these things, that you were ready to open up a new chapter of your life and not just be but actually be somebody of influence, be someone of power, be someone who can make a real difference in people's lives, be someone who is happy. Because when we're happy and balanced, that's when we're able to help people the most, not when we're depressed and depleted and angry. So narcissist is only part of this whole process, part of this whole experience that you're having. You're having a much bigger experience than you think you are. And the narcissist is one part of it. And their part of it is to come into the story and be the villain. And they can be the villain for, you know, chapters and chapters and chapters and chapters and chapters and chapters, or they can be the villain for a little while until the heroine steps into her heroine role, into the power and the beauty that she is. So this is your opportunity. If you had a relationship with a narcissist, this is your opportunity to really blossom and to flower and realize that this narcissist came into your life for some reason to bring these things out of you because you were ready to step into a whole new world. So there you go. So if you're feeling stuck, I've got a wonderful group of women. We meet every Tuesday. It's super affordable. I'm doing a like crazy discount until I get 40 women in the group. And it's going to be 40 women in the group for a year so that people can come and go and move and shift. And, you know, there's no pressure. You can do things in your own way, in your own time. So if you're interested in doing 2020, with friends and strong, smart, capable, amazing women from all over the country of all sorts of levels of status and success and intelligence. And they're really amazing. And you are too. You belong there. And so if you're interested, let me know because once it's hit 40, then the price like quadruples because I want to keep the number manageable, you know, so that we can each really create a great experience. So let me know, get on the stick, don't screw around, 40 women and super duper affordable. Okay. And you get all the support that you need and resources and love and care and connection. You get that. And I want you there. Okay. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you Monday. Bye.